All right, guys, welcome to another session of Honors Chemistry. Last time when we closed up our last session, we had started talking about the periodic table, and we had started talking about particularly the elements that don't go along with their English names, and tried to show you their Latin names so that you can understand why they have the symbols that they do. So hopefully you're starting to review those. I just put Quizlets up for columns 1, 2, and 3. So this week we will start having quizzes on the columns of the elements that are outlined in your workbook. Okay, let's go into the next page. This is going to be a brief overview of the periodic table and how it's divided. So groups. Let's define what a group is really quick. So a group is actually a column of the periodic table. So groups are a column of the periodic table. For example, if I looked at this very first column, hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, and francium, I would call it group 1 because it's the first column. Anyway, we call them a group because they all kind of have the same properties. They have almost the same type of reactions, reactivities. That's why back in the day when I was in chemistry in high school, we called them families, because I don't know about you, but I look like the people in my family. I kind of have the same kind of personality of people in my family. So because they're similar, we used to call them families, but now we call them groups. Okay? Periods. Periods are the rows on the periodic table. So they are the horizontals. Okay, and periods are actually energy levels. So for example, hydrogen and helium are the first energy level. And then lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, they're the second energy level. So as we keep going down the periodic table, we get to higher and higher energy levels. Okay, metals. There's a trick that I like to use to distinguish the metals from the nonmetals. So let me get into something. I'm going to do a highlighter here, and I am going to highlight the line between the metals and the nonmetals. Okay, and this is what I call the stair step. Okay, everything to the left of this line, oops, it didn't do what I wanted it to do. Let's erase that. Let's go back to this. Everything to the left of this line is metals. The exception to this is hydrogen. Okay? Everything to the right of this line are nonmetals. Okay? So if you look at this, the metals are on the left-hand side and the center of the table, of the periodic table. Okay, once again, our exception is hydrogen. That is our exception. Okay, our nonmetals are on the right side, the far right side. Notice our nonmetals, there are very few of them compared to our metals. So our nonmetals are on the right side of the periodic table. Okay, metalloids. Ooh, metalloids are fun. Metalloids are kind of what I call the tweener elements. They're right on this borderline. So they have properties of both metals and nonmetals. Properties of metals and nonmetals. And that makes them really useful. So they can conduct electricity, but they can also be shaped and have crystallines, kind of like, let's see, silicon. Silicon's a good one. Let me highlight the metalloids. Let's see if I can get another color here. So let me highlight the metalloids. So the metalloids, oops, nope. That's not what I wanted to do. Draw. Let me use this. Okay, metalloids. Boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony, tellurium. Okay, those are the metalloids. Sometimes polonium is also added in, other times not. It really depends on the periodic table and how it's labeled. So, yeah. Anyway, so let's look at how many groups. Now remember, groups are the columns. So let's count in the columns. So I want to get back to my pen. I'm going to change my color here so that we can look at our columns. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So there are 18 groups on the periodic table. And let's see, periods. Let's see, those are the column or the rows. So we have 1 row, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, a lot of you are going to be like, wait, hold up. What about these guys? If you notice, lanthanum 57 actually fits in here. So this whole row fits right in there. And these guys right here, they fit in right here. So they're actually part of those periods. So we actually have 7 periods on the periodic table. We already drew that thick line that separates the metals from the nonmetal. Is hydrogen a metal or a nonmetal? Well, I said it was the exception. So that means that hydrogen is a nonmetal. Okay? And then I want you to complete the following table. And let me show you how it's done really quick. Let's do the first one together. So group 3. So I'm going to count over 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to go down to period 4. So let's look at this. So 1, 2, 3, and period 4, we have scandium. So that would be scandium. And then I want you to tell me whether scandium is a nonmetal, a metal, or a metalloid. Well, if I look at where scandium's at, scandium's right there in the middle of the metals. So it is a metal. So I'm just going to put an M. I'm going to give you a second to work on these last 2. You guys pause. You guys ready? Okay, xenon. Let's find xenon. Xenon is over here. It is in the noble gases. So let's see. I'm in group 18. I am in period 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Period 5, xenon. So I am in group 18, and I am in period 5, and xenon is definitely, it is to the right of that line. So it is a non-metal. In fact, it's a noble gas, and we'll get into that. It's a special type of non-metal called a noble gas. Let's see, group 11 and period 6. Okay, so group 11, period 6, we're looking at gold here. That's definitely a metal. Okay, is this going to let me scroll? Nope. So we've got gold, and it is a metal. Okay, and that is it for today. I will give you an assignment that will pretty much go over a lot of things that are over these 2 videos that I just did today. Have a great day. See you.